Hey guys, so what I'm doing today is I'm doing a sort of semi-live pencil sketch session. Semi-live because obviously I'm not live, but I'm going to do it without doing time-lapse and that sort of stuff. I don't normally do that, but I'm going to do it tonight because some people have asked for it, and I've been putting it off for ages because I don't like people watching me sketch, but you know, suck it up, right? So this is the Blueprint for Destruction book, volume 1. It's a great book this. If you don't have it, then get it, because it's full of amazing templates and so on. Lovely. I've done a couple of pieces in there. I'm not going to show you because you'll see it when I do a flip through sometime in the future, but it's full of templates. Really, really nice. Great book this. Really, really good book. So what I'm going to do, I'm looking to do character letters. I'm just going to do standard letters like I normally do. I know, you know, I'm sure people complain about the fact I do standard letters all the time, you know, run the same piece, but it'll change at some point. It always does. So let's get going. Let's get going. What am I going to do? I'm going to do a character just here, and it's going to be, so I want it to hold like a big gun. I want it to be a sort of fusion of hip hop and cyberpunk's the wrong word, but something like that. So right, I've got to work out the scale first because it can't exceed, it's got to fit in that kind of space, that space there, because the letters have got to fit in there. Okay, am I going to do this? Yeah, he's going to have to be quite small actually. He's going to have to be quite small. He's going to be sort of like that kind of size. So you probably noticed that I'm very loose on the old on the sketch at first when I'm working out sort of basic composition and space and all that kind of thing. I'm quite loose on it, and in fact that's too big. That's probably too, because I'm working out on a hoof basically, because I freestyle. I've got a freestyle. I can't do like preliminary sketches and stuff like that. I'm not interested. I don't have enough patience. Yeah, that's about, I think that's about the size of him. Okay, good. So if he's that big, there's his eye. I always start with an eye. Different people start with different stuff. I always start with an eye. Once I've got his eye in place, I've got a good idea of where the rest of him sits. There we go. There's his, okay, there's his shape. Get his face in roughly, so he's sort of about there. So if he sits there, if I can, I might just put up. That is still quite big, you know. That is still quite big for what I was looking at. Is that too big? Don't know. I'm going to carry on for now. So you can probably see I've got the basic lines in there. Of where his face is and all that. And now what I want to do, this is going to be tricky, hang on. So okay, if he's got his arm backwards, if he's got his hat on backwards like that, oh god, you see what it's going to do, it's going to kill, no, that's fine, that's all right. I was going to say it's going to kill most of his gun, but I reckon that's going to be all right. I reckon that's going to work. Now, it always helps. I've done a character like this before. In fact, I painted a character like this with Nike, and is a not that long ago, this summer. So this character is not a big stretch for me. It's just one I quite like to do. There we go. There's the. Can you see that? Hoping you can see that all right. The basic shape of a character in there, of his head and all that. He wants a little tracksuit top on under there, I think, but not too much, because I'm gonna give him a big furry collar. There you go. See if that works. Okay, right. Right, so far so good. Now, okay. So originally I wanted a gun, a big gun stretcher. I'm gonna blow past this, unfortunately, because the scale of him. I've done him slightly bigger, but I like that size. That size works well for me. I like it, so I'm gonna keep it. Because I want to keep that. See, what it is his arm is going to come off the page. Can't go down there because that's you're into the, what do you call it, the bogies and all the workings of the training. That's that. You don't paint on that. You don't paint on it, so I don't draw on it. But his arm comes down there. Now, if I bring his arm up, then his hand can go up here. If I stick a hand just there. But now, obviously, his gun is going to be at an angle. So I'm going to have to live with that. Because I like all this. There you go. So I think, yeah, now I'm into gun and all that. Give him a nice huge gun. Here we go, there's a magazine of his gun. Detail much less important right now. Sometimes I get hung up on that sort of stuff. I'm eager to get into it, but you know, it's too early for all that. You'll notice I'm randomly all over the place as well. It's pretty much the story of my life, but it is how I do it. My mind flips backwards and forwards on stuff. I see things and want to adjust them. Now, maybe I'm thinking maybe going to put a big pair of glasses on him or something. There you go. See, what's nice about if I do a big pair of glasses like that is it catches stuff behind it, and all the glasses can be done in a very particular colour, and that's a very nice effect. Do it with a different colour pen. This is going to be very detailed, unfortunately. There's going to be a lot of detail in there, and it's not very big. It's not a great idea to put lots of detail on a character that is not very large. You'll regret that. Anyway, stuck with that for the time being. Okay, I've got to get the detail. You see, this is the slight problem, right? because I've done the gun like it is there, I can't get all the detail on it that I wanted to get on it. I'm going to have to slightly adjust what I was going to do. I used to do guns very, very flat, and then I realised that I could actually make bits of them pop out a bit more, which adds a bit of depth. What should I do there? Yeah. Okay, just some of this probably won't make sense to you. Makes sense to me because I know where I want to go with it, but it might look a bit odd to you. Because pretty much on a sketch, I mostly just use basic shapes. Some people do really, really hugely, highly detailed pencil sketching. I'm not one of them. I tend not to do. I'm eager to get to ink. You know, I'm very eager to start inking as soon as possible. Okay, yeah. Good. Look how I'm up. Also, I've been designing these guns for ages, so I kind of know the direction I need to go with them. Yeah, that's a big light. What do you call it? Cocking lever. There, okay, good. Maybe do a bit of that. Back there somewhere. Okay, good. As I'm not sure about his collar actually. Now I'm looking at it. I mean, a lot better when it's properly done, but just thinking. Is it what I'm after? Maybe. It's fine. Sometimes, in my experience, you don't really know until you've actually done it. As in, until it's inked, or even coloured, you know. So, what should I do this? So on a train piece, you've got a choice about what you're going to do. You're going to do a floater that's going to float in the middle. You're going to do like full top to bottom, or are you going to do like a sort of bottom panel piece? How are you going to do it? And this one, I'm thinking maybe I should do quite a big one. This was not my original plan, but let's see. This is a bit of a pig of a thing because you see how long these lines are. You know, pulling a line like that is, you know, you want it to look nice, and the longer they are, the harder they are to do, really. And I very rarely use a ruler. Those of you who have been following me for a while and are quite sharp-eyed, you will see that I use a ruler every now and again, but not very much, and always for something very specific. And never for letters. I can live with that as a shape. That's all right. That's okay. By the way, at this point, I haven't even thought about colours or anything like that. Would have been quite nice to put something in the background, but I don't know if I've got any room for any background really. I'll probably put a big cloud on that, like that, you know, be one of them. Big cloud. Oh, there might be a bit of room in the background. There might be something, is there? I don't know if there is really. So the negative space I've got left to fit a bit of background in, I've got there, and there. It's not much, so whatever I do in there would have to be very, what's the word, economical and illustrative. Small detail, basically. I can do that. I'll probably think about that once I've designed my colourway as well. I mean, you know, I know it's a terrible habit I've got, but I'll probably end up using yellow because I really like yellows. I know how to use them well, and I can use it across this whole colourway, and I can reflect it off him, and it'll look really nice. So I'll probably do that. Okay, I mean, actually, that to me, that's enough. As a pencil sketch, that's enough. I won't put the background. I mean, you know, in fact, seeing as I'm here, seeing as you're here, because you aren't normally on this process, I will put a bit of background in. So you see what I do. Hang on. So that's his gun there, yeah. There's a tiny bit, so there's a room for a little bit of stuff back there. And what I'll do, I'll play with the planes a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll drop these in, and they'll be all quite bold, as in I'll do these in black ink. And the ones behind, I'll do them without an outline, just a colour. Because if I do that, I can push them further into the background. And you will see what I mean by that when I do it. No, I don't want all the buildings to be the same either. So let's do one of them. And then let's do, what can I do here? There we go, put a little sign on that one maybe. Something like that. Don't know, we'll see. Then here. Could just leave that negative space actually. Could just do that. Don't know, I might change my mind. There's always room for a bit of manoeuvre. Hang on. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, if I give that an overview, I'd be happy to go in for ink now, to ink this. I would ink that. Yeah, good, okay, so what I'll do, now you've seen me sketch that out, I'm going to ink this in, and you're going to watch me do it, but I'm going to do this bit in time lapse. I'm all done. I'm all finished on that one. This turned into something I wasn't quite expecting. So anybody who's followed this channel for a while knows I freestyle everything, and I just suddenly got an idea about this one. I thought I want to put an explosion behind it. So I've done it once before, sort of explosive thing. This isn't that effective because I didn't plan it, and I just sort of dived straight in. But you get the gist of it, don't you? You get the idea. And the yellows work quite nicely and all that. Just suddenly thinking, have I missed anything? Don't think so. Don't think so. It's a bit messy, and I quite like that as well, because it's a bit rough, you know. I quite like that. I'm not into hugely perfect pieces. I like them a bit more expressionistic, impressionistic, whatever you want to call it, really. A bit more like that. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with that, and you've seen that process start to finish this time, and I'm really glad I got the sketch process down for you, just to show you how I lay out the pencils on something like this. If I do certain pieces, I've got to lay down better pencils than I did for this. You know, I've done these characters loads of times, done these letters loads of times. I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going. If I do something a bit more ornate, or a bit more original, unique, no, what's the word I'm looking for? Something I haven't done before, basically, then I'm going to have to lay down better pencils, because I won't necessarily know what I'm doing. So these ones can be really rough, really rough. It's a very black booky feel. I like to keep it loose, you know, keep it loose. Yeah, anything else to say about this? I don't think so. Don't think so. I'm pretty happy with that. I quite like that sort of piece. It's a nice one. It's page one. You always want a page one to be a bit of an impact as well, and I think that's quite a nice one. So anyway, there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Back soon with more.